What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back with another video. Welcome to Hold My Nuts Podcast, where I know you're tired of releasing on your keyboards, your laptops, and your desktops, and you're tired of being manipulated and dominated by female culture, man. Listen, let's get into this video. Today, I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons as to why you need to put your ego in check. 3 reasons why you need to put your ego in check. Now, before I get into these 3 reasons, the primary reason that you need to put your ego in check is because when you are on semen retention, you have heightened levels of testosterone, you have heightened levels of energy, you have heightened levels of cognitive clarity. You're just feeling good overall, and overall your sexual energy is on a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. Your sexual energy is peaking out. So when you have all of that energy absorbing in your body, the ego can really mess you up if you don't know how to use that energy in a responsible way. And yes, guys, you must practice semen retention in a responsible way, because if not, you can find yourself doing something really crazy and you might get yourself in a lot of trouble. So I just want to put that little caveat out there so we have the proper understanding. Reason number 1 you want to put your ego in check is because it is a false representation of self. And I'm just looking at my notes here. Ego is a false representation of self, right? Ego only gives you one end of the spectrum. It only gives you one half of the truth. And that one half of the truth that it gives you is you, right? It's all about you. Okay, so regardless of if there's 2 people involved, regardless if there's a group of people involved, regardless of how many individuals are involved in any type of scenario, the ego is only going to allow you to serve yourself. That's it. That's in a relationship. That's in a business deal. That's just being a co-worker. That's just being a friend, a son, a mother, a brother, whatever the case may be. Ego only allows you to serve yourself. And if you have high levels of testosterone, if you have high levels of sexual energy in relationship, you will end up doing things that are so selfish because ego only allows you to focus on self. It does not allow for you to put the emphasis on another person. It does not allow for you to put the emphasis on a group of people. It does not allow for you to see the good for everyone involved. That's a crazy reason why you need to put your ego in check. You have to understand that the ego only gives you half the truth. It's a false representation of self because it doesn't allow you to look at the full picture. It paints your reality as if you're the only person on the planet. It paints your reality as if you're the only one that matters. Semen retention can be beneficial for good, and it can be beneficial for bad. You have to put your ego in check. You have to control that sexual energy. Otherwise, you're going to make some boneheaded decisions. The next thing you need to take into account is ego only allows for one-track thinking. Think about it. Ego will only allow you to look at situations that will only benefit you, right? And here's the key. The deception that the situation will only benefit you, right? So let me really break this down for you. When you are embedded in the ego, when you are immersed in the ego, right, you can do things that will cause your own demise. because of pride, because of arrogance, all the superlatives used for just the self-glorification, right? You can take what your friends say. You can take what family members say. You can take what people, outsiders, haters say about you that's not true. And because of your ego, you can go out and try to prove them wrong, even though it will be a detriment to you. Your ego will tell you, you know what? I understand all the risk and everything that's involved, but we can't allow them to say that about us. We can't allow them to think that way about us. We can't allow them to think that way about you. This is what your ego is telling you. Your ego is only giving you one half of the spectrum. This thing can go more than one way. You can give into the bait of listening to the opinions of your friends. You can give into the bait of listening to the haters surrounding you. You can listen to the naysayers. You can listen to all of these different people, knowing that you need to stay humble, right? And continue on your path and be patient in order for you to reach and accomplish your goals at the proper time. But people can say things to you, and guess what? You got to show them. You have to show them that you're the man. You have to show them that you are not going to allow them to have this negative perception of you. That's the ego. That's the ego. You have to be comfortable with people believing lies about you. You have to be comfortable with people being negative towards you in their disposition, in their thinking, in their beliefs, in what you can do. You have to be comfortable with that. When you're comfortable with that, that's you putting the ego to the side. Yeah, they're saying this about me. They're saying that about me. You know what? I will allow them to continue to think and talk that false rhetoric, because I'm sticking to my plans. I'm not going to do something that's going to put me in a worse position because I'm trying to prove something to this other person or to this group of people. Ego only gives you or only allows for you to have one track thinking. Semen retention. I told you guys before I got into the 3 points that semen retention gives you high levels of energy. If you're really practicing and you're really retaining, that energy is going to be available for you to do whatever it is you want to do, for good or for evil. Right? You have to learn to control it and harness it, because your T levels will be elevated. Don't add having a great diet to this. That's even more power. That's even more cognitive ability. That's even more energy. That's even more to deal with. I'm telling you guys, this is a problem. You have to put your ego in check. You have to put your ego in check, because if you don't, it's going to lead you down a very, very dark road. And when you start going down this road, man, that's the point of no return. Right? Once you dig yourself those holes, you're going to have to climb your way out of it. The third reason why you need to put your ego in check and you need to understand this particular point is it doesn't allow for you to have complete control over your emotions, because you have to respond to the negativity around you. You have to respond to the negativity around you in order for you to keep your ego in check. See, your ego is neither good nor evil, but the ego lives to serve you personally. It doesn't care about anyone else. Doesn't care about anyone else. So more than likely, the emotions that you are going to experience when you're in the ego is pride. And we know what pride does. It says where pride is, that's the prerequisite for your fall, for your downfall. Pride says, I have to show them. Pride says, I can't let them talk to me like that. Pride says, you know what? I'm going to be hasty in my decision making. Pride says, I can't allow them to think that about me. I have to do something to show them. That's what pride says. Ego will not allow you to control your emotions. One of the key ingredients to masculinity is being cool, calm, and collected. You have to be able to control your emotions. Ego will not allow you to do that. Guys, take this semen retention journey seriously, because the power, the energy is real. And you have to get comfortable with how to use it. You have to understand how to use it for your benefit. You have to be able to look outside of situations and see with the God's eye view. You have to look at all of your situations and you have to see with God's eye view. This is Hold My Nuts podcast, man. I love y'all, and I'm going to holler at you in the next video. Peace.